Hello friends, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how we cut down our 4x8 sheets of wood for our laser business. So I get a ton of questions all the time on how do you do this, what do you use, all the things. So I'm going to be showing you guys kind of a step-by-step today on how we do that. So some tips that I want to mention to you guys beforehand so you kind of understand, like, setting the scene of what we're doing. We go to a local lumber yard. It's kind of about an hour from us, and we found them by contacting a bunch of people locally and seeing their prices, what grade plywood they use, because we like to use birch plywood for our laser business, specifically 1/4 inch birch. And so I called around and found a bunch of different companies that did that, and what their prices were, grade of wood, all those things. And then we ended up settling with the company that we use now, which I absolutely love them. They are so honest, reliable, trustworthy, and they can get our wood in very quickly for us, like within a day usually. So that's always really nice. So what we typically order is a bundle. So that's like a whole pallet of plywood. You can actually get the best deal if you do it that way, because they're ordering in bulk. So you're ordering in bulk. So you can usually get a discount on sheets. So if you have the storage and you're able to go ahead and do that, I would definitely recommend doing that because you can save a lot per sheet. So that is what we do. So we order it. My husband goes and picks it up. You guys might not have trailers and things to pick it up, and if you don't, you can always ask if they deliver. So sometimes companies do deliver the wood and they will leave it at your house and you can cut it down. But what we do is we have a trailer, so we're able to go and pick up the wood. Sometimes you can even put it in the back of your truck, so I would just measure and see if you're able to pick it up, but it's definitely pretty large. And once you order that, you're able to then get it loaded up on the truck, and I'm going to show you guys all this, take it home, and then we get prepared to cut it all down. So that is what we're going to be doing in today's video. I'm going to be showing you guys how we cut it down and fit it to size of our laser. So we cut it in different sections, different sizes, stack it up, and then it's ready to use for our laser business. So I'm going to stop talking too much. I just wanted to kind of get you guys like an example of everything that we do so that you understand more. But that is kind of in short. We order the wood, we get the wood, we cut it down, and you can definitely save a lot of money rather than going to like the big box stores and buying sheets. And you actually can get better quality wood if you order through a local lumber yard a lot of times. So we found that it's worked great for our business. So I'll go ahead and show you guys how we do that today.
It's almost 7 o'clock. I'm about to head out now to go pick up a load of wood. Hopefully these clouds keep the rain up there, and I hope the sun comes out and clears them up, because I definitely don't want the wood to get wet. That would be a big disaster. I just got everything checked out. I checked the trailer tires and the trailer and the coupler and everything that needs to be checked on that. So I think I'm safe, ready to go. I'll give you guys an update when I get the wood. It's now 8:30. As you can see from the previous clip, we got the wood loaded up. It's still cloudy, the sun still hasn't come out, but it's extremely humid. I put tarps on the load to keep it from getting wet because it has been misting the entire way here. So hopefully it holds out until I can get home and get it cut and in the garage. Looks like everything made it home in one piece. I'm gonna get the tarp and the straps off, get those put up, get the saws out, and let's make some sawdust.
All right, so John just got home. We have our bundle of plywood. As you see, we have it tarped here. He just took the straps off, and now we are about to take the cover off. We weren't sure if it's gonna rain today, so that's why we tarped it. We have had experiences in the past where it started raining and we didn't even know it was gonna rain. And so a lot of our top sheets were completely warped and ruined. So definitely a note, if you are ordering this, it might be safe to just go ahead and get a good tarp so that you can tarp it up and make sure that it arrives safely. So now we're gonna go ahead and take the tarp off, and we are gonna go ahead and unbox the wood, and then I'll show you next steps. So I get a lot of questions on how long it takes to cut it down. So these are 4x8 sheets, and it comes in a bundle wrapped in cardboard. We cut it down in three sections. So it's 3 foot, 3 foot, and 2 foot. Did I say that right, John? So those are the sections that we cut it in, just so you might know if you're trying to cut it down. Our laser is a Nova 51. So you can look at the bed size here. I'll pop it up on the screen. But that is the size that works for us. But I would definitely figure out how big your laser is and what sizes you need to cut your wood down to. But it takes us typically about an hour and a half to cut this wood down. Here's what the top of the wood looks like. We have to take all of these straps off. So that is what we're gonna do next. It's usually packaged pretty well. We just have to cut these, take the plastic off. And the type of wood that we use is 5.2 millimeter white birch. So that is what style of plywood that we use. So here's what we use to get this pallet cut down. So we have some way to cut the straps off. We have a measuring tape, a chalk line, some safety glasses because it gets very dusty, and especially today with it being windy like it is, it's gonna get very dusty. And this is the big boy. This is a skill saw. It is, John, do you know what size it is? It's a 16 and 5/16 blade, I think. But we used to use a smaller saw, but we ended up upgrading to this big one, and it saves so much time. I mean, it cuts our time in half. So that's been a great investment that we use all the time. And then we also have a smaller saw just in case like we get down to the bottom of the plywood and we don't want to cut into the trailer. So we have that, and then we have a pencil. We also have a leaf blower because we do blow off after each pass cut. You also might want to grab a respirator or some type of dust mask because it does get very dusty. And an extension cord. This is where we typically keep our wood. So it's just a section in our garage. We have our 3-foot sections on that side, and then we have our 2-foot sections on that side. We call them full sheets and half sheets. And we keep these foam insulation boards on top. We don't have to get those. We just keep them for like protection of the sun because that window right there shines in sun, and if we have the doors open, it just protects that top sheet. We don't have any problems with warping or anything. The quality of wood that we have is pretty good too. But yeah, they've done well for years this way. We just keep them on pallets. This is another thing that's been really helpful over the years is, where did we get this, John? Pallet? So we got this at Harbor Freight, and we use it for all of the moving of the pallets around because we take these outside when we're loading up our newly cut wood. So I'll show you guys how that goes. Forewarning, it does make a mess, so make sure that you do have that leaf blower and you blow in between cuts so that you can minimize the sawdust as much as possible. Close all the garage doors, just make sure that everything's closed up. You move anything that you don't want to get dirty because it will get very dusty, especially on windy days. So one thing that you want to look for when you're trying to find wood that will be like work with your laser is look at the color of the inside of the wood. Like if it's really dark and black, then it's exterior grade plywood. This is an interior grade plywood, and you also want to make sure it's compliant and it doesn't like emit toxic fumes and stuff, and you can check all that with your source. But I just wanted to mention that because and two, usually the top piece we have to throw out, or sometimes we'll cut it down and use it for like random projects. But usually the top piece is kind of messed up and then the bottom piece is kind of messed up. So everything in between is typically pretty good though. All right, so right now John is measuring out our sections. So we said it was 3 foot, 3 foot, and 2 foot. That is just what works for our laser, but you'll need to kind of measure out your laser and see how many cuts you can get for your 4x8 sheet. So this is when we use the chalk line. So what he will do is the marks that he just marked, I will take the other end of the chalk and I will put it on the mark that he left. And then we will pop that. And as you see, it leaves a perfect blue line for our cut line. All right, same thing again here. Yep. All right, so we will have to do this every cut we make. So as you see, we have our lines. So now John's gonna get the saws out. We're gonna get our safety gear on, and we're gonna get these lines cut. This is the part that John cuts down the chalk line that we made. Just make sure that you go slow and steady and take extreme caution. Be sure that you understand how these types of saws work before using. I am just here to show what we do. I'm not telling you specifically how to use a saw of this size and power. My husband has a lot of experience with all sorts of saws and knows what he's doing, so please just use at your own will and discretion if you're going to do this type of project. As you see, he is just continuing to cut down those chalk lines that we made, and then we will blow everything off and start removing each section out. Just look at how deep that cut gets. It definitely saves a ton of time using that larger blade. So John's marking the second time. We just got done with that first layer. As you see, sometimes the palette isn't perfectly straight, as you can see. So that's why John goes back and remeasures every time. And sometimes there will be imperfections like on the top of the wood, like little lines and stuff, but we can work around that on our laser. So that is why we're remarking and chalking everything. Mm-hmm. So here we are restacking everything. As you see, we're just gonna work in sections. So you saw what we did the first time. We are literally doing this over and over and over again until we get towards the bottom. And then I explain when you need to use a smaller saw, and that is the process. We just chalk line, cut, blow off, stack up into our stack, and repeat. So we do that every cut, and it usually takes about, I think it ended up being 6 or 7 cuts. We used to use a smaller saw and we had to do way more cuts. So this big saw saves a lot of time. So this is about the time that I like to usually put gloves on because the wood will start splintering my fingers. I'm a wimp like that, but I usually put some gloves on, and it starts getting a little bit difficult to get everything straight and level once it gets about to your head level. And it's typically the time we start, bickering a little bit, husband-wife things. It's not straight. Yes, it is. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, what we'll do here by this point is we usually stop once it gets to a certain height, and we'll gauge then if we need more of one side sheets. So as you see, we started cutting them in strictly 2-foot sections now to get more on that side. So that is what we're doing here. All right, so we are down to our last cut, and as you see, the wood is smaller, so we're gonna have to use our smaller saw. So John usually measures it and then adjusts his saw to the size of this so we don't cut into the trailer. So that's really important for that last cut, just to make sure you don't cut into something. All right, now it's time to clean up everything. As you see, the reason it looks like that is because our pallet was not, what is it, John? It was broken at the bottom or something?
Yeah, one of the support pieces at the bottom, so the entire pallet was like whopped up.
Yeah, so sometimes you have to adjust your cuts based off of how straight your pallet is, but it's not that big of a deal because we don't need our sheets to be exact sizes. We just like to have it a general size, but measure and see about how tall we got them, so you can kind of guesstimate how much you would get. This one's about 68 inches. We did have some already on the bottom, but I guess if you want to count the ones that we just cut, about 57 inches. And then this one, we were completely out pretty much. We got about 58 inches. All right, y'all, everything's secure in the garage and we are good and stocked up. All right, y'all, so we just got done with our wood cutting, as you could see. So that is typically how we cut down our 4x8 sheets of plywood when it comes in a pallet. So as you saw, we used a giant saw, also with a smaller one, and we were able to then measure, cut down, blow off, and stack and repeat until it gets down to the bottom of the pallet. So I don't think I missed anything, but if you guys have any questions, please let me know down in the comments. And yeah, that's what's been working for us for years now. We started originally, we would only buy a couple sheets at a time, and we would cut them down kind of similarly. I think we used to do it a little bit differently when we first started and only had a couple sheets. When you're wanting to like bulk cut, we found that that one saves us the most amount of time. It only takes about 1.5 hours, sometimes 2 hours, just depending on weather and just different factors like that, like if our pallet's straight, stuff like that. But yeah, like I said, if you guys have any questions, please let me know down in the comments. And I hope y'all enjoyed and learned something today. If you did, give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this, because we love to share and help other people. And like I said, if I can help you guys out, save you some time, save you some money, that's what I plan on doing. So thank y'all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.